Okay. Dark Rivers of the Heart, starting at page 261. My grandpap, he once had a dog with palsy. Name was Scooter, but we called him Boomer, 'cause he could cut the god-awfulest loud farts. I'm talking about the dog, you understand, not my grandpap. Of course, Roy said as they reached the door at the end of the hall, Boomer got palsy his last year, Du Bois said, hesitating with his hand on the doorknob. Of course he was older than dirt by then, so it wasn't any surprise. You should have seen the poor hound shake, palsied up something fierce. Let me tell you, Roy, when old Boomer lifted a hind leg and let go with his stream, all palsied like he was, you dived for cover or wished you was in another county. Sounds like someone should have put him to sleep, Roy said as Du Bois opened the door. The Texan followed Roy into the satellite surveillance center. Nah, Boomer was a good old dog. If the tables had been turned, that old hound would have never have taken a gun and put Grandpap to sleep. Roy really was in a good mood. He could have listened to Bobby Du Bois for hours. The satellite surveillance center was 40 feet by 60 feet. Only 2 of the 12 computer workstations in the middle of the room were manned, both by women wearing headsets and murmuring into mouthpieces as they studied the data streaming across their VDTs. A third technician was working at a light table, examining several large photographic negatives through a magnifying glass. One of the 2 larger walls was larger, occupied by an immense screen on which was projected a map of the world. Cloud formations were superimposed on it, along with green lettering that indicated weather conditions planet-wide. Red, blue, white, yellow, and green lights blinked steadily, revealing the current positions of scores of satellites. Many were electronic communications packages handling microwave relays of telephone, television, and radio signals. Others were engaged in topographical mapping, oil exploration, meteorology, astronomy, international espionage, and domestic surveillance, among numerous other tasks. Okay, that's all that one. Okay, page 409. Let's go home. And I have let's go underlined, Harris said. They drove the rest of the way to Westwood in silence. Darius's house was a handsome brick and clapboard colonial with a columned portico. The spacious lot featured huge old ficus trees. The limbs were massive yet gracious in their all-encompassing spread, and the roots went back to Los Angeles. I have Los Angeles circled. Of Jean Harlow and Mae West. I have Mae West circled. And W.C. Fields, if not further. It was a major achievement for Darius and Bonnie to have earned such a place in the world, considering how far down the ladder they had started their climb. Of the 2 Descato brothers, Darius had enjoyed the greater financial success. As the BMW pulled into the brick driveway, BMW. I have BMW circled because I had a dream about a BMW. Harris was overcome by regret that his own troubles would inevitably taint the pride and well-earned pleasure that Darius took from that Westwood house and from everything else that he and Bonnie had acquired or achieved. What pride in their struggles and what pleasure in their attainments could survive? Undiminished after the realization that their position was maintained only at the surface of mad kings who might confiscate all for a royal purpose. I have royal purpose circled. Or dispatch a deputation of black guards under the protective heraldry of the monarch to lay waste and burn this beautiful house with only ashes waiting for the fire. I have that circled. And when Darius and Bonnie regarded their handsome residence henceforth, they would be troubled by the faintest scent of smoke and bitter taste of burnt dreams. I have burnt dreams circled. Jessica met them at the door, hugged Harris fiercely, and wept against his shoulder. To have held her any tighter, he would have had to hurt her. She, the girls, his brother, and his sister-in-law were all that he had now. He was not merely without possessions, but without his once strong belief in the system of law and justice that had inspired and sustained him during his entire adult life. From that moment on, he would trust in nothing except himself and the few people who were closest to him. Security, if it existed at all, could not be bought, but was a gift to be given only by family and friends. Okay, I think that's all from this book. So, yeah. And I think part of the one didn't get uploaded. But that's okay. Okay, so that's all for this video. And I'm going to say again, thank you